here. Just finished the postseason earlier in the day. Lost in the Super Bowl, pretty big. So made seems like I had a good draft. Picked up a good slot receiver. Signed a 89 ranked safety, so and it looks like some of the guys that I've been drafting have been improving a lot, so not even sure what season we're in here. I was just gonna take a look. 2029 season. So first game I simmed the preseason.
Welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on this fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body.
This is madden. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line.
I believe this is the last year with this running back before I have to re-sign him.
That's the receivers that spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Not today.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best block play.
I was pushing the button. Took a while just to get it out. I'm going for this. Gotta be aggressive. First start of the season, you know.
That's a pretty good first step right there.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Gotta risk it to get the biscuit. We got our first viewer. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Got off of work early a little bit, so figured I'd hop on and play a couple games.
They're always the guys with all the marks on their helmets because they love sticking their heads in there to fight for the tough yards. And he gets the tough yards here to give his guys a first down.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Oh, he got decked.
It's David and Njoku. He's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. And we have a new all-time receiving yards leader besting Jerry Rice's mark of, you know this number, 22,895.
Partner, did we ever think that we would be here to see this happen? Jerry Rice had such a lead, but now it's been hauled in, it's been eclipsed, and someone else is standing at midfield holding the ball up and signaling to the world that he's number one.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
I don't know if it's going to be half the distance or if my guy jumped.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're in the end spot,
Still second down.
Like in the starting blocks, waiting for the
I'm gonna try this stretch play. It never works for me, but
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer.
No, check.
never mind.
Patriot.
Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns have taken the early.
It's a pretty good way to start out the season.
This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter.
Set. Blue landing.
And they'll run it here. Able to spin free. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Sorry if I'm coughing a little bit. I just ate some lunch, so.
Second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to
here we go.
realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll be brought down right now.
Got a lot more there than I thought he was
It
going to
was
get.
a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Second to his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation,
Hurry up, here we
give
go.
it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Flushed out right. To the right side, and complete to Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield. He's got his time in, and the corner route, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. So in the second, it's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
All right,
5
now, lucky
yards on the
56.
carry. Good
Lucky
pickup
56.
on 1st down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
I saw it coming. It's going to, I had to get out of the pocket before I could let it fly, and no time there.
Looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now let's go.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Nowhere to go. He lost the football.
Ugly.
So the ball comes free. It's often unusual for the team that lost it to
Well,
get it
if
back.
I'm going to punt, I might as well just launch it into the end zone and hope something good happens.
Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or
All right, now,
moved
lucky
away from it.
56.
In this
Lucky
case,
56.
though,
Probably going to throw it in
TV's able to
Njoku
come up
here.
All right, here we go.
4th down, Mayfield.
Right there.
Complete. And he's taken
Oh.
it, but not before reaching the
I love it when
10-yard
that happens.
line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Mayfield showing why he was the number 1 overall pick. He's got the Browns on the move, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it.
Man,
Here as he's taken
nobody
down.
open. I just keep backing up, you know, giving them yards.
Well, there's still time to rectify
Ridiculous.
this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal.
I probably
But
should
that
have
close to the
ran.
goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Now let's go. Blue landing. Blue.
2nd down, Mayfield.
I can't believe he thought that. He was double covered and everything.
David Njoku, 23 yards for the touchdown.
I wonder if they're going to review that.
Add on to their lead. And Jerry Rice, no
Oh no, he's in there.
So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception.
Hurry up, here we go.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Mason brings up second down.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay a little bit.
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Gotta keep an eye on the clock.
Of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I thought my guy was gonna catch it himself.
How about the execution of that defense right there?
This is gonna be
Was
rough.
absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third.
Maybe.
If there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I usually don't kick those long field goals myself. I usually just sim them. I must be getting better at it.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left for the defense.
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, you have to change things in a big way. I said go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing, Mayfield being chased out left. He finds an opening past the 40 and avoids the contact by sliding. Back-to-back good
you know
plays
I'm
have
going
him
for
on the
points.
move
I'm not
on
taking
first
a knee.
down.
Most of the time I disagree with the announcers.
A first down throw for Mayfield.
That's on me. Darn it.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
The worst part is I didn't need it.
3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Mayfield now steps away to his left. And this one is incomplete.
You'd think the receiver would run towards it.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Well, let's see.
Got a couple more downs to
It's nice to get a few more
So they'll
points
come
here at
up
half.
after the
I like beating the
incompletion for
Pats.
second down.
They're blitzing. I should have a good shot here.
To throw, Mayfield.
Or not. Man, he pushed my center right back
They're
into
gonna
me.
face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to throw it deep.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Come on. Get off.
Final play of the half.
I did not want to do that, but I guess it's a reception.
All right, we will save the week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Yeah, you don't need to see the highlights. If you want to see the
We'll see
highlights,
if
you can
week
just
1
back up
fatigue
there.
becomes any kind of a factor as
Past.
we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken
here
with
we go.
another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, you see them right there on the brink, aren't they?
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5.
I don't know, 5 yards if I'd call that a modest
You're not ready to
gain.
go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Mayfield. He's got his tight end in Joku. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku already his
I'm surprised they didn't run him down.
Third quarter action in this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive.
Here we go now.
Mayfield on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
How is that not considered a catch? It's like laying on his body.
Create a lot of congestion.
Don't
in
you
the middle
love
of the
these
field.
games?
Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando,
go.
Florida. An absolute mess. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. A very good movement for a short gain out near the 32. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Uh-oh. My star is hurt.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And the way
He's
this
been getting
offense
hurt
has
a
moved
lot
the ball,
lately.
he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Patriots take over. So this offense will head back out there already.
He must have been hurt a decent amount because he's not in the game anyway.
Coming out on the field.
Here we go.
They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space.
Dislocated hip. That's not good.
Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go now. Green 30.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's it, baby.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He'll look to throw. He may try to run for this. And they'll bring him
He
down
got hit
at
hard.
the 13-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a
See if I can get the other tight end involved
for a lot
here.
of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
Should be single coverage, it looks like.
What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow
Make a
forward.
play.
And it's going to be caught for the Browns touchdown. In for the score.
I really got to start trying to get him the ball more because Njoku's getting old. He's probably going to retire one of these years.
Oh, good. We're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you.
Got to get this guy leveled up.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield going for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
second down. His throw incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through
Thought I
the
squeezed it
contact.
in there.
Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? There's a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. The 8 stages of the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the big lead for late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him in the game.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Well, not a bad start to the season, the 2029 season.
So special every year, week 1. You
Except for my star player got hurt, but besides that, I'll take it.
Having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. It's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here.
Oof, out 8 weeks, that's rough.
When you got dumb cake up in the say they be waiting for you in the bushes with the duct tape up and down the interstate. Yeah, we really touch. We touch. October, I'm about to another state. Went down in Arizona, don't get me involved. An empty box in the car means they coming for all. I had six phones, I got rid of them all. We get hit and sit down, we don't talk to the law. Yeah, they think I'm tripping, they listen. They know our every move, yeah, they want us all in prison. That's why I can't sleep at night until they get in. I'm on another mission, I'm just young and I'm...
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
All right, here we go.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. shotgun. It's Mayfield. So they're going to traffic there, and that's complete. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. So opening drive, third down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps up towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can get you some work afterwards.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he couldn't turn it into much more.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D-lineman to make the play.
Quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, he's
ran backwards.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
False start. Darn it.
Feeding that logic and making a really nice tackle.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Finally an incompletion. He was 5 of 5 before that last throw to start this game.
So he is human. All right, so we found out after the way he began, okay, he can have an incompletion here or there. But I love what they've done right from the word go. They just need to pay it off with a touchdown now.
He's making some good catches. Must be that contract I signed him to.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive.
There we go. Now I don't have to see that 30th career touchdown goal. Popped up again.
And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. First down, Mayfield. And he's got it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short and shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking, but his vision to find the holes, and he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll drop the throw. His throw is going to be incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because he just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And nowhere really to
I think
go
that's a
here.
first
Take
down.
this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the
that's
pickup
good.
there. It's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, he just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Hey, 4th and inches. Why let your quarterback try and sneak for it? Give it to the guys born to fight for those tough yards. It's a fullback dive, and he just makes sure he secures the football and then plows forward to pick up the first down.
319! 319!
And they'll run it here. And he's got this down to the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in the second week of the regular season. Flush to his right. And Teddy finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken
Ooh, I'm surprised he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage there.
Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Then on the ground they go with the running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Buying time to his left. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the red zone down, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard
Just
line.
lucky he's not
They'll get
fumbling.
just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Browns are down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield looks to throw.
Speaking of fumbles.
They did. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points, and they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Getting right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
That's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. It keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Trying the ground game here with the running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard
breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Gonna throw it inside here. Complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency
Let's
breaker.
go. Green, 39. Green.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down and 11-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
See if
4
we
yards
can
on
bust
that
a
last
big run
completion, so
here.
that sets up 2nd and 6.
Oh, that's the other running back.
With a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Illegal
That might
block
be
in the
holding.
back. Offense.
Oh, block in the back.
So a decent game.
Still second down.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. But when people are celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, here we go.
Now it's second down throw for Mayfield. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Not quite.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Set. 3-19.
On third down, Mayfield. He's going to flip around here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Back now here on
Fourth and 1, you know I'm going for it.
It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
Give to the fullback on the drive. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Just a gain of 3, but they'll
That's
certainly take
almost
it
every
as they
time.
convert on 4th down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles. But you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As these guys are in for 6. And the Browns. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession?
Set.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, complete. It's Graham. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain
Man, I really haven't gotten that many yards this game passing.
And I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're
Time to
electing
change
throw
that
the
a little
football.
bit here.
Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And it's complete. They are right inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it.
Ooh, what an awful
Doing
pass.
that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
He was open.
Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up
Awful,
incomplete.
awful
It's always a
pass.
battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for, they're trying to throw for it there.
Oh, he's running out.
Baker Mayfield with his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year. We are in the fourth and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Set. Green.
Throwing, Mayfield, escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver, complete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively.
Love to get that tight end another touchdown.
So they come up on second down. They can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put it
See if we
into
can get
this
enough separation here. It's always like 50-50.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it.
I think he's got it. All right.
Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Following the interception, Mayfield throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
All right. 2 wins to start off the season. Can't beat that.
Teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to
Except
do
for
that
3
here.
wins.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Browns, they used a favorable early.
Wonder how many years I got left with that guy. Let's see who we got. Okay, I got a bunch of running backs coming up here. I might actually try to trade Townsend. Not sure what I'll get for him, but seems like it makes sense. I mean, this guy's only 3 behind him and he's younger.
When I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
like to get a stud wide receiver, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that.
I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could have had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm educated, but I still mean it. They've been
Shit, how much does he got?
looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hear me now? Can you hear me? Hear me now? Can you hear me? Hear me now?
Doesn't seem like any of the teams really need a running back. Well, maybe I'll just put him up on the trade block and see what happens.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit out a jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a lazy, my posse deep and I raiding. We act the fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon, big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas.
Well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna get off here, but I'll be back later tonight streaming Call of Duty. Sometime between 8:30 and 9 Central, so feel free to stop by. Otherwise, if you want to rewatch any of my previous streams, they're on my Twitch account for 14 days, or they're posted on my YouTube. So we'll catch you.